I started taking things a little bit more seriously on and off the field. So in the film room, making sure I knew what I was doing. And then just being able to carry momentum, I think, is the biggest thing right now, because once you got it, you don't want to lose it.
Was the case where you just knew what you had done in the non-conference part of the schedule was not good enough?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people say it. I've got some tools that it would be a shame if I wasted, so that kind of got in my head too, that I need to play the way I know I can play and the way I should be playing.
What specifically did you do differently? You said more film work. Is there something technique?
Definitely just going out to practice like a pro, taking every rep like it could be my last rep out there, taking every rep like it's a game rep, I think, is one of the biggest things.
Josh, we hear a lot about how you guys want to compete for championships in November. Aside from the weather being colder, what's the difference between playing in November and October?
November is definitely that stretch run of the season where some teams probably start to enter survival mode and things start happening at the top, and there's some shakeups in the rankings. So being able to make it through November in the stretch run is a definite big deal. And that's why Coach Meyer usually says that.
What mode are you guys in? Some teams are in survivor mode. What mode are you guys in?
Thrive mode. We got to go. We got to win, and we got to win big. I think that's one of the biggest things, because they'll talk about our strength of schedule, but if the voters see us beating teams by a lot of points, then they're going to have to give us a little credit.
Is there pressure involved?
Last year, the defense kind of hit its stride.
Mm-hmm.
Is it doing it right now?
Yeah, I think so. Penn State, we played really well defensively, and then against Purdue, it was a shutout, so that says a lot about the way our defense played.
Is there pressure involved in that, what you were talking about? Because in today's world of football, it matters how you win, not just winning sometimes is not enough. Is there, like, you guys have a standard that you need to live up to when you go out there every week? How do you approach these games, I guess?
I mean, I think there's always pressure, but right now it's definitely really serious. But at the same time, you can't go out there and try to do things that we haven't been doing all season, because we got to stick to our fundamentals and what we've been doing, what's been working for us.
You on any special teams?
Yes.
Which one do you?
Punt team, been on kickoff, and I've been on punt block.
Do you feel like the fundamentals of special teams have been pretty good this year? It doesn't seem like you guys have really had many breakdowns.
Yeah, definitely. I'll speak from punt team because I've been on that one for 2 years now. From last year to this year, you can see a definite change. Guys are following the scheme. We're understanding what we need to do, because we like to change it up so teams can't just scheme us. We're definitely using our fundamentals, though, and I think that was the biggest thing. Last year, we had some mix-ups on the punt team specifically that could have been fixed with just going back to our fundamentals, and this year we got guys who worked hard in the offseason to train for special teams, which I don't know if you see everywhere, and I think it's paying off for us right now.
I mean, it's what, a lot of times I think when we talk about special teams, we talk about big returns and that kind of thing, but just not making mistakes is kind of a big part of it too.
Consistency is definitely a big key to special teams on a lot of the units. On punt, you don't want to give up yards. You want to get all of your punts off with good operation time and all that kind of stuff. And then punt block, you want to be so efficient so you can get to the punter and actually block it. So there's things like that you have to work on, and it's about being consistent more than just having big plays.
You've been a linebacker forever, right? I mean, how's the adjustment been? I mean, do you feel like a linebacker now?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling really comfortable playing this position. And it was a little bit of a change, but I think Coach Fick does a great job of getting us to understand fundamentals, and that's really big on his list. He said, you get guys in here, and not everybody's going to know what Tampa 2 defense is, but if you got good fundamentals and you listen to coaching, then we'll be able to coach you up to do it right. So,
if you had to describe it, how would you describe how fast Shazier is?
He's, just from a raw athletic ability point, just super fast. But then you add in the fact that he's a student of the game, and I think that's why he makes so many plays, because you get a lot of athletes out here who are really fast but don't necessarily know what they're doing. Now slow him down. But you're not slowing him down. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Do you know how to use the speed, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Do you as a teammate watch video of him? I mean, obviously he's pretty effective blitzing, etc.
Yeah. Just
talk about what you glean from watching that kind of stuff, Joshua.
We watch a lot of film on ourselves, and we'll watch everybody. I'll look at Curtis to see what he does well, and what he needs to work on, as well as Ryan. And then they'll look at stuff I do.
Yeah.
We'll watch the young guys and try to coach them up. And then, you go in and you'll throw on some film of James Laurinaitis and watch his point of attacks and his effort plays, see what he did, because he's a great linebacker here. So you got a lot of resources to learn from.
Hey, their running back leads them in both rushing, but also in pass catches.
Mm-hmm.
How aware of this kid do you have to be? I'm sure you've seen a little bit of them already, Josh Ferguson. How aware of him do you have to be in a game? How do you keep tabs on a guy, I guess, coming out of the backfield a lot, but also slotting out and even splitting out some?
You got to be aware of all their weapons, and I think we do a great job of figuring out who their guys are.
Him specifically, though, what kind of stands out about him, you think?
He's obviously a playmaker, so you get your ball to the guys that you want to have their ball in their hands. Yeah. And so you just have to know if he's lining up at receiver, have extra awareness for that. Some alarms go off, and they have some tendencies, and go look at that and be able to adjust and play.
You talked about Laurinaitis. You mentioned you've seen some video. Some of those guys come back. Have you talked to him personally, or are there former linebackers here?
Yeah, I've talked to him. I talked to Bobby Carpenter a lot. He's around a lot, and he's always giving us pointers. He's another great guy for us. So anytime you can get some tips from a guy who is really successful here, you just got to listen to everything they say.